This is INCRadio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Hello.
Hola!
Bonjour!
Konnichiwa.
Ni hao!
Ciao!
안녕하세요.
Mabuhay!
Welcome to Washington State.
Explore the sights. Discover new things.
Appreciate the arts, music, and food.
Travel to new places.
Meet the people.
Make new friends.
In other words,
come
home with us.
Come home with us.
This is INC Radio Seattle, Washington.
Alrighty. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our listeners all around the world. My name is Brother Joshua Weber from the local congregation of Everett here in the sometimes cloudy, today fairly sunny district of Washington State. Thank you all so much for joining us today on this beautiful Saturday. And we're going to be talking about some sports here. Which one specifically? We'll get into that when we start our topic. But before we begin, of course, we'd like to introduce our guests for our broadcast today. First, we have Sister Jessica Lopez. So without further ado, Sister Jess, go ahead and introduce yourself and give any shout-outs if you have any at this time.
Hi po, I'm Sister Jess Lopez from the Congregation of Kent. I want to give a shout out to my husband, Brother Andy. It's our wedding anniversary today. So happy anniversary. And then shout out to my family in Texas, and then all my friends and family here in Washington.
All right. Happy anniversary, Sister Jess and Brother Andrew. Nice. There we go. Happy anniversary. And our other guest joining us today is Brother JT. So, Brother JT, go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Hello po, I'm from the local congregation of Puyallup, and I'd like to just shout out the rest of the brothers and sisters from Puyallup.
There we go. Alrighty, before we begin our topic today, of course, we have to go with our YouTube question of the day. And that is, what is your favorite sport? And do you like to watch that sport, or would you rather play it? One more time, what is your favorite sport? And do you like to watch it, or do you like to play it? I know for me, and I can probably say for a few others, that watching sports is a lot more fun than playing them. But, you know, everyone has their different takes on that. So let us know what your favorite sports are, whether you like to watch them or play them. And we'll go ahead and read those. We'll read those comments here in our broadcast. So starting us off with Sister Jess, do you participate in any sports?
I play volleyball. I've played since I was in middle school, so it's been a long time. But I also, back in the day, used to play flag football with my friends and family back in Houston.
Wow. Did you participate in our most recent volleyball Unity games?
I did. I played for the local of Kent.
And how was that?
It was fun. It was my first Unity game since I moved here to Washington, and I had a lot of fun.
Well, that's great to hear. How about you, Brother GT? Do you play any sports?
Yes, I do. I played basketball, and I've been really into playing volleyball lately. In high school, I did cross country and track, though.
Were you not interested in doing like volleyball or basketball for in high school?
I tried out a couple of times. I just unfortunately didn't make the team, and I don't think at the time our high school had a men's volleyball team yet. Hopefully they do now, but yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, I think even when I was in high school, there was no men's team at the time. It just wasn't as popular as a sport for a men's team. But definitely, I know for as long as I can remember, there's always been men's volleyball, especially for like our Unity games. So at least we were able to play volleyball that way. You know, I've played volleyball. I don't say I play it, but I have played it before, especially for like our Unity games. we play for fun. I'll just put it that way. I know a lot of other teams, we all play for fun, but of course there's definitely more of a competitive edge to those kind of games, especially with our Unity games, because that's what makes it fun for many others. So Brother JT, going off of that, what is your favorite sport? Is it the same to watch, or is it like a different sport between playing and watching sports?
So I do really enjoy watching basketball, and I also enjoy watching football. I've never really had the chance to play football. I played a little bit of flag football, but never the contact sport.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, definitely football and flag football, very different vibes to them. Because I've also played a little bit of both, and definitely would prefer flag instead of getting hit for trying to get the ball. But it's definitely one of those sports that are a lot more entertaining to watch than to actually experience it at that point. And how about you, Sister Jess? Are there any sports that for example, like your favorite sport to watch versus your favorite sport to play?
I definitely love playing volleyball. As far as watching sports, I love football. I'm from Texas. I watched football since I was in high school. So yeah, I also like watching. I don't know if it's considered a sport. I used to be in marching band. I like watching marching band competitions. Those are really fun. And then I also like watching rugby. Rugby's a little more fun to watch than football, I will say. But I love it when the Olympics come around because I watch a lot of sports that I would never, ever watch on the regular.
So to say, speaking of the Olympics, my favorite sport, I was going to make a joke, was the breakdancing competition. But, we're no longer going to get those anymore. But, yeah, definitely. Sorry, I lost my track making that joke. But so, Sister Jess, I know you had mentioned, you're originally from Texas, correct? So how has, for example, now playing any of these sports here in Washington, is there like a bit of a difference because of the Washington weather? Like, how has that affected playing certain games?
Well, for volleyball, I mostly play indoor. I know back in Texas, we would play outdoor whenever we can't find a court to rent. But since I've moved here, it's been really sunny actually. So it hasn't been much change since I got here.
You've definitely brought the sun here with you, Sister Jess.
I think so.
Especially in more recent, like I can definitely feel that the sun has been out a lot more. I feel like even in my own intros for our broadcast, I've been saying a lot more sunny lately.
Yeah.
So it's always a good thing. Always a good thing. Now, I will also ask the same thing to you, Brother JT. I don't know. Have you always been here in Washington?
For the most part, my family, we moved here in 2011, so I'd say mostly Washington. Yeah.
Mostly. Okay. So for example, with other sports, do you prefer like basketball? Would that be like indoors, outdoors? And if you've played outdoors, how's the weather compared to like where you've been before here in Washington?
I definitely prefer to play basketball indoors. I just have my own like basketball shoes, and I wouldn't wear those outdoors. And then like weather-wise, playing basketball in the rain, I've had to do it a couple of times, but it's just really hard because the water gets into the ball and it makes it really heavy, and it's not a fun experience.
Especially here in Washington, where it's gonna rain almost anytime you can almost want it not to. It's just going to. Washington's very bipolar that way. Recently, it's been a lot more sunny, like we mentioned, so it hasn't been too big of a problem. But there is that. We have a few comments here. We have a greeting from Brother Relly Rivera, our assistant district minister here. Happy Saturday and happy viewing to all the brethren. Greetings from Washington State. We have another greeting from Sister Michaela Matugas. Hashtag Piwala. Hello po, Kuya JT. Go, 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 Kuya JT from Nanu. There we go. Response from Brother Gabe Johnson. I'm too old to play football. Now, Brother Gabe, we most of us here already know you. I don't think you're too old to play football, but we'll let you be the judge of that. Another greeting from Sister Monica DePano. Shout out to my best friend, Sister Jess, and happy anniversary to Sister Jess and her husband, Brother Andy. Here we go. Again, happy anniversary, Sister Jess, Brother Andy. Okay, so where was I? Sister Jess, what is it that you love about your sport?
So with volleyball, there's a lot of sports where you play solo and everything is on just one person. I like volleyball because it really is a team sport. You have to work with other people and work together to get the ball over the net.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot more of those sports, especially volleyball comes to mind, where it really is like a coordinated team that'll really send the experience upward. And how about you, Brother JT? Like, what is it that you really love about your sport?
I agree with Sister Jess how it's a team sport. I really like the aspect of working together to like set a goal, make those points. And I also really like how there's different aspects of basketball, how there's like dribbling and shooting and passing, and just learning and getting better at all those different aspects of the game is really fun.
Definitely. I feel like one of the more kind of fun things to do is to grow as a team. And when you get to see that experience and you're all like, it's like a well-oiled machine, things are clicking really fast. And it's just one of those like really exhilarating moments where you're like, all right, we're getting this. And that's one of my favorite things. I'm not going to say to play because I don't really play sports, but when you see that happen, like when I'm, for example, in the spectators, watching that happen, especially I see it really often in volleyball, and of course in basketball, but the ones that I end up having to watch and see that more of is definitely in volleyball, where the team like does something really cool and they're all like congratulating and all getting excited. Of course, basketball is very similar when when it clicks, it just works really well. So it's one of those things that is just really fun to see. Now, what is it that influenced you to play basketball, Brother JT?
What really influenced me was my dad. He grew up playing basketball like in the Philippines, and so he just taught me ever since I was little. I can't even remember exactly how many years ago, but just having him mentor me and teach me like a couple of his tricks too is what really inspired me to want to play basketball.
That's really sweet. I feel like parents are one of the like really like nice motivations for those kind of sports, right, Mom? And sorry, I had to throw her a little under the bus there, but it's definitely it's, when I hear about it from especially other brethren, it's really sweet and heartwarming. How about you, Sister Jess? What makes you, or what influenced you to play volleyball?
My aunts and uncles growing up back when Unity Games used to be called Sports Fest.
Yep.
I wanted to play with them. That's what got me started, and then my dad actually kind of mentored me throughout the years, and then I started playing in college, and then kind of went from there.
All right, there we go. Now to kind of turn it, what would you say are kind of I wouldn't say necessarily cons, but like what are the things that you want to make sure that if other people are trying to get into a sport, for example, with you, Brother JT, we'll go first with basketball. What are some things that you would kind of like, hey, be careful of this? Like, what kind of things would you say are cons for playing basketball?
I would say making sure that I guess you kind of know what you're getting into, that it is partly a contact sport, and just so wear the proper equipment too. For example, with basketball shoes, you need the right shoes, or else you might like twist an ankle and other injuries like that.
Yeah, definitely. That goes to say with most sports, of course, to have that proper equipment, especially things like on a court, basketball, even volleyball, right, Sister Jess? How about with you? Like, what would you say for volleyball? If there's any things that you would kind of have almost kind of like a kind of tips to get into volleyball kind of thing there?
Definitely get some knee pads at first because you will spend time on the floor, and floor burns are not fun. Also proper shoes, because one time I had proper shoes, but well, hold on. Awareness of what you're doing with your body very much should be a thing, because if you jump incorrectly, you could land incorrectly and sprain your ankle, which I have done, or tear your ACL, which I have also done. So yeah, so back in 2014, before the National Unity Games in San Jose, I sprained my ankle.
Oh no.
Yeah, but then when I twisted my knee, I will say I decided after that to take a trip to Washington, and that was the year I met Brother Andy. So there's a plus in that.
Things happen for a reason, right? There's no
Yeah.
such thing as coincidences. Although it was a little bit of a painful segue into that, but there we go. We have a few more comments here that I'd like to read from Sister Kate Johnson. I admire anyone who plays sports because I am not sporty at all. I can relate to that. There we go, Sister Kate. Thank you. We have another comment from Sister Candice Mells. I love baseball. There we go. I feel like baseball is something amongst kind of our brethren here. I know football is definitely a big one, but baseball and softball has kind of slowly becoming more and more popular here. So it's something I like to see because I like watching sports, not playing them. We have another comment from Sister Maylin Manalo Livao. I'm not good on any sports that deal with any form of ball, bad hand and eye coordination. We have another greeting from Sister Blessing Guillermo. Early happy anniversary to Brother Felix and Sister Arlene. I'm going to butcher the last name. Arene De Lo. I hope I pronounced that right. I am so sorry. But happy early anniversary to the brother and sister. So awkward. I'm so sorry. I as much as I'd love to pronounce everyone's names properly, I can't always. So they're gonna just have to excuse me on that one. Back into our topic. I got an A for effort from Sister Kate. There we go. So I feel a lot better now. Let's see. So I know we were talking about teamwork. So what other kind of benefits would you say there are to playing sports? We'll go with Sister Jess first.
I will say health benefits for sure. It keeps you active. And then also between the time I got injured and now, I did take a break from playing. So I decided to coach 1 year, and I gained some insightful leadership skills from that. So you can gain some pretty good skills from playing sports.
And also watching them, right?
Yeah.
In this case, coaching, but watching as well.
Yeah.
And how about you, Brother JT? What kind of benefits do you feel like there are from playing in or watching sports?
Well, with playing sports, I can see there's a lot of social benefits to it. In being in a team, it's not just playing the sport. You can get outside of playing the sport and like making friends and getting together for, say, like a team dinner or something like that. And then again, with what Sister Jess was saying, like it's a good exercise with health benefits. It's actually my favorite type of exercise. I'd much rather play a sport than go to the gym, for example.
Yeah, I've always believed in that. If you're going to exercise, at least have it be something fun. So that way it's kind of almost distracting your mind from the fact that you're having to do physical activity because it is definitely fun, especially when you're playing things like volleyball, whether that's basketball or even now softball or baseball, especially in our upcoming Unity games, which we will be talking about sometime soon. But before we close off of our conversation here today, I would like to ask one last question, and that is, how can sports, I know we kind of mentioned it with being the kind of a social setting there, but how is it that sports strengthen unity within a community? We'll go first with Brother JT, since you had mentioned, that kind of social aspect there.
I believe sports can help with unity in that there's just multiple people, maybe all different ages and all different like backgrounds, and we're all coming together for like one goal, and that's to have fun and to win. So.
And how about you, Sister Jess? I know now that you've both been the player and a coach for volleyball, how is it that you see that kind of that strengthen of unity within a community?
I think it's kind of like what Brother JT said. It's people from different backgrounds, different age range. It all brings you together for one goal, which is to play together, have fun, and win.
That's the most important part.
Yeah.
Have fun, not the winning is, it's a great bonus, but it's the having fun, right? I know we're all competitive, whether we would like to admit it or not. So we're just trying to make it light on that one. Yes, the benefit is to have fun. Thank you very much, Sister Jess and Brother JT, for joining us today. It's such a fun time having you both, and it was such a pleasure to hear from both of you. And now we're going to go into our next segment which is our CFO in action with Sister Hazel. So without further ado, take it away, Mom, Sister Hazel.
Well, hello, my brother Joshua, my son, and and to add to what you just said, because I'm not a sports person. I love playing volleyball and I love watching volleyball, but volleyball does not really like me. I'm not coordinated and I do not have that perception. So if the ball is coming towards me, I'll just duck. And it's not good when you're playing out there. And basketball is a lot of Filipinos play basketball. When I was in high school, that's what we used to watch. But I am not coordinated. I cannot dribble the ball and run at the same time. I can just dribble in place or run, but not at the same time. So that's it. That's why I did not teach you any sport. I'm sorry, brother. But anyway, you should have learned in high school. So for our activities, there will be a district choir meeting tomorrow, Sunday, at 7 p.m. in Seattle. And before that, there will be an all officers meeting in Seattle at 6 p.m. September 20th is our unity game, the softball. Finally, it's happening in Bremerton. And because, as you said, it's always been sunny now. So hopefully it'll go through on September 20th, which is this coming Saturday. And September 19th, the Olympia will be having their evangelical mission at 4841 Meridian Road Northeast in Olympia. And that's for the celebration of their anniversary on September 21st. They will have a 10 a.m. worship service. And at 1 p.m., there will be a luncheon and program. And before that also, there will be prior to September 26th, that whole week of September 26th, which is a good idea. They have a photo challenge. They're challenging the brethren to take a picture of something that makes them happy or makes them smile. And then they will have, they will announce the winner on September 26th during their family socializing. And that is all the activities we have for September. Back to you, my brother, son, Joshua.
Thank you, Sister Hazel, Mom. Just a quick little disclaimer there. It was confirmed that our date for the softball activity will be September 27. So just an extra week out there, but all the more time to get back and prepare for the September 27th softball unity games here. And now we're going to go into our hidden treasures. So without further ado, Kuya Tech, if you could cue that up for us. Thank you so much, bro.
Hello everyone, tuning in to INCRadio Seattle. My name is Sister Kate, and today we're traveling north of Seattle all the way to the base of Mount Pilchuck to visit one of my favorite hikes. Heather Lake Trail is a beginner to intermediate friendly hike. The trail is located east of Granite Falls. It's a popular hike because of its amazing scenic views. You can also bring your furry friend along since it's a dog-friendly hike as well. The lake is located at the very top of the hike. During the summertime, it's very popular for those who want to swim or even fish. The trail is a mix of old and new growth with rocky terrain and a slight elevation as you make your way to the top of the trail. It takes 3 hours to finish in total, with a round trip of about 5 miles. So the next time you're thinking of finding a place to hike, visit Heather Lake Trail. This has been Sister Kate from INC Radio Seattle. See you next time.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Sister Kate, for that hidden treasure. I know she's kind of off to our side commenting about it. But yes, thank you, Sister Kate, for the hidden treasure. Of course, now we're coming to a close for our broadcast, and it's hard to believe that, almost 30 minutes has already passed just like that. But we are coming to our close. So be sure to tune in next week for our broadcast. Of course, same time, 1:30 p.m. For our ways to tune in, we have here on our YouTube channel, which is the INC Radio DZEM 954. If you're already watching through YouTube, or if you will be watching through YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon that appears afterwards, so that way you can stay up to date with not only our satellite broadcast here in Washington, but all of our other wonderful broadcasts through our YouTube channel. Not only do we have the YouTube channel, but we also have the INCradio.org, which will be streaming all of the live broadcasts throughout the week. And with that, we would like to say our special thank yous and shout outs to Brother Eduardo Manalo, our Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Manalo, our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Ramil Regino, our District Minister, Brother Relly Rivera, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Chris Valdez, our CFO Overseer, Brother Manly Andaya, our Executive Producer, the listeners, and last but not the least, the INC Radio Tech Crew. Thank you all so much, po, for your love and support. None of this would be possible without each and every single one of you. So, from INC Radio Seattle, we will see you later.